Hi, welcome to Repairing Lawnmowers for Profit. As you can see once again here, I've just got all these lawnmowers out, but I actually received a question last week from a guy called William Taylor on YouTube. He asked me why is it my petrol lawnmower will run fine but it runs too slow now. There's a number of reasons for this. I actually spent about 5 minutes replying to this, and just as I pressed send it said he couldn't receive incoming messages on YouTube or something like that, so that was a waste of time. And just, as always, everything he'd written disappears into outer space. But there's a few reasons for that, and he has this type of lawnmower with this Briggs & Stratton classic engine on it. Now of course it could be the diaphragm and gasket that's just getting a bit tight and it's not pumping the fuel through at the recommended speed. That's one reason for it. The other one could be a foul plug. A lot of the time I get these on, they've had stale fuel in them, or sometimes even they've got a bit of water in the fuel as well, so they will run, but they will run very slowly. Now of course the other thing that a lot of people will do is just unscrew this air filter box here, and there's two governor springs behind here. You can actually make these springs a little bit shorter, and that will help your engine run a little bit quicker, but sometimes doing that it can cause it to stall as well. So a few things to look for if your lawnmower's running slowly. Of course the plug, the fuel. Also check the air filter as well, if people have tipped these up the wrong way and there's a lot of oil in this. Try running it without the air filter on as well, and if that still doesn't work you're going to have to check the ignition coil. Just take this this cover off here. There's a video on my YouTube channel of how to do that. And really last measure is you can check the flywheel key. I would start at the top and then I would just have a look at the bottom one as well, as sometimes they get sheared off to these ones as well. So just take a look at that. But if it's running smoothly but slowly, I would suggest just firstly trying some fresh petrol in this as well, and maybe just shortening that governor spring as well. Also, if you don't want to shorten the spring, you can just bend this tab out, which is under here, a little bit further, and help it run a little bit quicker. But the main cause of that for me is it sounds like it's old fuel related. A lot of these are as well. Of course there's all sorts of different motors here. These have got ball style carburetors on. This is just a cheap one I've picked up from a guy in town. And this one's got the mount field on. You see things like that, a lot of the time it's stale fuel. Just the same sort of issues again and again and again. Now I've had a few questions, you know, from a few people recently who've just bought the Repairing Lawnmowers for Profit DVD, saying what am I looking for to get started. I've seen something with a rear roller on and things like that. Now I cover all that on the Masterclass DVD, but just as a guide, you're looking for something like this that's got a real simple carburetor on, an air filter, real easy to get off. You don't want anything with a rear roller. You don't particularly want anything like this because it's cheap plastic, you can't get parts, and even these newer mount field engines aren't as good. If you look here, this is the latest one that they're selling in B&Q, which here in the UK is like one of our depot stores. And even that, I mean, you can see here it's got the same setup engine on. This has got the old style Briggs & Stratton engine with the plastic carburetor and the metal petrol tank, and it's exactly the same here. This is pretty much a brand new mower that I've picked up, and as you can see people still want these. I've started replacing them with Mountfield own brand engines and their own brand lawnmowers and things, and they've tried all different contraptions of Mountfield, but when it's come round again, people still want the quality of this Briggs & Stratton engine. They still want the metal decks as well. So basically, if you look at that lawnmower from, you know, probably 10-12 years ago, it's not too dissimilar to this one, is it? It's got the same engine on, it's still got the same metal deck, the height adjuster's in the same place, it's got the handles in the same place. There's a reason that people keep buying these, because they've had them at least 10 years and they're not too disappointed when they have to buy another one. So a few things to look out for if your lawnmower's running slowly. Thanks for watching. Please take a look at the website as well. There's tons more videos and information on there as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again shortly.